Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. It works. Oh my god. I killed him. Boom. Hey guys, Frostborn just released a new update, and it is maybe the best update they have ever released. Some of you who have come over, you trusted me, you're like, I'm not sure if I should be, switching over from Last Day on Earth. And then now you're looking at this update and you're like, seriously? Permanent content? Pretty much every change is listening to the players and what the players are asking for. This is Frostborn. So I'm going to go through all of the changes in this video. The first one is that they increase, actually, I'm going to show you first just Helheim Rift. You probably got to be curious about this. Every 15 minutes out of an hour, you can do Helheim's Rift. It has a new type of resource. Okay, so what we're looking for, we're going to try to get this new material before things run out on us. So you'll notice right away that there's a ton of oak available. Just like, did I say oak? Sorry, maple. A ton of maple available, just like a Maple Zone, except way more, and you can get a ton of it. But what we're really going for, you'll see these little things on the map. You're looking for this Hurricanum. This is not the most efficient way to do things. So these wargs, every time they hit you, they lower how much damage you do, they're really strong. And this is a PvP zone. You're not seeing a lot of PvP because I'm in the beta right now. But you've got to keep in mind, this is going to be a bloodbath of a zone. So these guys, all of them have a special skill. This is their special skill. It's like a stone golem. It's really long range. It's very powerful. You don't want to mess with it. And obviously these guys are tough. We're talking about, oh crap. Oh my gosh. That was very nerve-wracking. Oh. Did you just see that? I went into it afterwards and I got hit. So don't even go into the ice pillar, because if you go into the ice pillar, even if he already did his skill, you're gonna get crazy damage done to you. I'm so glad I have Instigator gear on. That would have insta-killed me if I had not had Instigator gear on. Wow, that is so powerful. So we're gonna see if I can shoot through these rocks. There we go. Oh yeah, and these guys can stun you. They're super powerful as well. Also, I'll go ahead and see if I can start a tournament. These guys give really good tournament points. So, alright, so we're gonna get this guy to come attack us. So these Son of Rifts, I actually don't know what their special power is. There it is. Wow, that looks powerful. Oh, did he just summon another one? Whoa. Is it? Oh, it's already time. Okay, so this is what happens. When you stay in a zone for too long, after the 15 minutes is over, these Sons of Rifts with 1,000 hit points will attack you. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick. If you're getting this, every hit, I'm gonna show you guys later. I'm not going to do this right now. Every hit of your blade, of your pickaxe, is going to count as like 4. It's going to reduce 4 durability. So we're going to just hopefully get out of here alive. Those Sons of Rifts will just keep coming. You can't stay in the zone past the 15 minutes. So you really want to get it right at the hour mark. They spawn at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, so on and so forth. You want to get in there right there when you need to be there, and farm the zone, and then and you got 15 minutes, which the design of that is brilliant. This is actually something we've been asking for as players, is we want a zone that's really PvP heavy. And so by basically concentrating everyone into those 15 minutes, and you're required to wear at least 350 armor power, by requiring that, what it does is it makes it to where people are going in and they're gonna have good gear. And it's a PvP zone with the best items, and if you want those best items, you have to fight for it in those 15 minutes or wait for the next hour. So it's going to be a very PvP, it's going to be a bloodbath. This event is going to be a bloodbath, and you can't just sit it out and wait, because then those Sons of Rifts will come and tear you up. You see how much durability that one strike of the I'm gonna try to pronounce it right, the Urichalcum ore. One strike does that. 8 strikes is all you need to do it. So it's actually just pretty much the same as copper, but is requiring it pretty much requires an entire pickaxe per deposit that you are farming. And so definitely it's intense. Like, it is the highest, most valuable resource in the game, and then that goes into some of the other changes that they made to where they added. This is another thing that that us players have been asking for, and the devs are like, sure. The most pay to win. There's 2 things that are pay to win in this game, and now there's only one. And even that was kind of fixed. So the other one. But basically the shoulder bag, the best backpack in the game, it was only purchasable, and that is no longer true. Now, with only successfully farming 1 zone, that's it. You just have to get mine 2 of those Urichalcum ores, which you can do in 15 minutes. By just mining that, you can now build a shoulder bag yourself. And you can share all the resources with each other. The bag becomes personal, but you can share all of the resources with each other. So this is a huge win for us players. We are now able to get the shoulder bag. You have to work for it. I mean, getting to district level 111 is no joke, but getting there, once you get there, you're going to be able to build your own level 3 backpack forever. Like, you can build as many as you want as long as you get the ore for it. And that is just a huge win for us players. This is something we've been asking for a long time. And they also made it to where Instigator armor, which, you know, Instigator armor was already not, it was more pay to win, but it wasn't completely pay to win because there's ways to get it. Now it's even easier. You can actually craft it yourself. And so obviously it's expensive, you know, but it is the best PvE gear in the game by far. And so now you can just you can make as much as you want as long as you're farming that PvP zone. So keep in mind that zone, you have to be level 70 to get into it. You have to have gear of 350 or higher to get into it. So it's gonna be a bloodbath. But I'm gonna have a bunch of tips for it. Hopefully this Friday on my tutorial channel, I'm gonna have the best way to farm this zone. I might have to postpone it. I want to make sure I get all the best stuff for you guys. But this is a fantastic change. Players have been asking for a PvP zone. This is very well set up with the just everything about it is just so well set up. It is a really cool event with a lot of dynamic aspects to it. The tournament, I didn't get to start my tournament, but we're talking about, like, you know, between 300 to 900 points for some of those enemies, and they don't have that crazy amount of health. They have less health in many ways than some of the Odin's people, but you got to keep in mind the real danger of this zone is not those really difficult mobs. It is other players that are going to be wanting to get this ore. It is the most valuable ore in the game. It is not going to be easy to get it. So, by the way, the glasses, I'm off for vacation, and this update came out, and I wanted to film this video for you guys. So I actually left vacation, came here, recorded this video, and then I'm going to go back. But I left my glasses in my car over there. So I didn't switch glasses. It was just for today. So. Okay, but there's a bunch of other changes. They made so many good changes. So one of the changes that they made that is just blows my mind is for a month, it's not permanent, or at least hopefully it will be permanent, but we'll see what they do. I think they're testing it out. All green items, I don't know about these tools, but all of the green weapons have been given 20% more durability, which is just going to make using green weapons more fun. That's not that big. Rare weapons, so anything that's blue, has been given 50% more durability. Any rare weapons, anything that's blue, has been given 50% more durability. So that's a lot more durability. We're talking about being able to stretch those a lot further. And then purple weapons like the dragon bow or the fire bow have been given 100% durability. So this is another thing that us players have been asking for. They already increased the durability by 40% of all rare and purple weapons. And so this is a temporary change, but a lot of times when Frostborn makes a temporary change, sometimes it's something they're testing out. They're seeing, is this going to create more PvP? Is this going to make it to where we, you know, because if we're doing a lot more PvP with our stuff, which, you know, percentage-wise we're still losing when we die, then what? Basically, is it going to make it to where we want to do PvP more? Are we playing the game more? And in my opinion, increasing durability is going to make us want to play the game more. But we'll see. The devs are probably going to just test it, see how that reacts. And so, if you like this change, then play the game more. And so, hopefully, they'll keep that change, keep that higher durability on our stuff. Because yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, also the sledgehammer was added. You can now craft a sledgehammer, which is again another really awesome request from the, you know, they're listening to us. Okay, there we go. TK1 just invited me into his family, so I'm gonna join and chat with him. Hey TK1.
Hey.
All right, I just got your invitation. I accepted it. We'll see.
It took me a while because I've had some issues. I couldn't install the game, but it's all good now.
There we go. We're in. You know, one of the changes, guys, that they did with anything that has to do with, you know, fuel is if you take out the fuel. Okay, so if you come over here and you put iron ore in here, but you don't have fuel, it warns you. It says, hey, this isn't going to work. It has this big red symbol that says fuel needed. And so just stick the coals on there, and then, you know, it's everything else is normal. It's just a graphic animation to make it a little bit different for you. Oh, another huge change, which is something that players have been asking for. One thing that, you know, people have just been really upset about is that when you try to raid, people will gang up on you. You know, sometimes people will coordinate and they'll make peace with each other, and then it's like, you know, 12 versus 4 or 3 versus 1. You know, like they basically work the raid system to where they're able to gang up and just decimate someone. You know, I've had videos to help you guys. There are ways of avoiding some of those things by, you know, putting stuff in your workbenches, by shifting things around. It does make it to where it's, you know, obviously hard to hoard things, but they've fixed that, because now they made it to where when you set up for a raid, you are matching with just one other person, one other team like yours, and that is the new raid window. There is no ganging up on people. It is just 1 versus 1 now. And so that's another change that players have been asking for. They don't like that people are ganging up on them. It feels unfair. And so that is something that is really awesome that they're making that change. Have you done a raid yet, TK1 here?
Yeah, I did, and it exactly matches you with one family, the same strength, of course. And you can send peace, or I mean offer peace, so it's really like family versus family, and you'll have to survive or raid 20 minutes long. So it's pretty.
So did you say you can't offer peace?
No, you can't. It's you have to raid or to defend.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you could maybe declare like, hey, come to my trading post and trade, but it would have to be something of trust, because they could just kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. So I didn't know they took away peace. So even with the diplomacy table, you can't offer peace.
No, you only get like a screen of which family you're facing, but that's it.
Wow. Okay, that is good to know. So I don't know if I kind of like the idea of being able to offer peace, but I just like that it's one-on-one. I thought that was a good change.
I started the raid, so if you want to see that.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's what.
Look at your scouting table. It's like also shows like a timer of the raid.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go look at the diplomacy table and see what it looks like.
Mm.
Okay, so right now Scouts table. So they changed the name of it to a Scouts table.
It's just a little layout change, design change.
And you see on the edges like these little white lines and.
Oh, so they made it look a little nicer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That was a good catch right there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So they basically improved the artwork on this, and I have noticed quite a few little changes like that. So we're gonna get into some of those. Oh, this is another huge one that players have been asking for, and it is, guys, this is an absolute game changer. This is something I've seen done in other games like Payday Survival, DOZ. Some of these other games have implemented this, and it is even better than you think it will be. I'm about to tell you the change, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that's amazing." I'm telling you, it's even better than amazing. It's significantly better than what you think it is going to be. So when you go over here to craft something, let me pick something I have more of. You can see here that I'm choosing from my 343 chains to craft this thing. It is taking in consideration every chest in my base, what I have available to me. Obviously, this account has, my teammates and I have distributed resources in different bases, so I'm really poor in some things that when I'm connected to my teammates, I'm not as poor. But you can see here that they've implemented this, and this is going to absolutely change organization in games. It is going to change how we defend things. Like in the past, we've kept everything of a certain type in one place, but now it's going to be smarter to kind of separate things so that no one's going to take all of your chains, or no one's going to take all of your pliers, or no one's going to take all of your leather strips. We're going to want to diversify it a little bit, but it's not going to hurt us to do that because we're going to be able to pull from anywhere. We don't have to go find it. We're going to just be able to build whatever we want based on the resources we have. This is and if you forgot about something and you go on here and you realize, oh yeah, I can build it. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't even know I had some. I put it in a random chest and I forgot about it. Now you'll know whether or not you have it. This does not include your vault, and this does not include the bank. So if you have things in the bank or the vault, it's not going to show up here as, and I don't even think it includes your workbenches either, right? Have y'all tested that? Oh, I know it doesn't because I would have a lot more iron than this if it was accounting for the stuff in my smelter. So
talking about that, you should. There's a new button if you like. Go to the smelter and then look at the top left. There's like a button where you can switch between inventory and resources that you have in total.
Are you serious? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's an insane change.
In this update, yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, so.
So much fun.
Oh wow! Do y'all see this at the top left? I just click on that, and now it shows it shows the resources in your base.
Yeah,
oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is amazing. I haven't seen this in any other game.
Yeah, this is insane.
This is new. This is new. I can now pull from my 120 iron that I just farmed from my base. Just pull it into my smelter without having to go find it. Guys, this is a game changer. This makes Frostborn Frostborn was already more advanced in so many other areas of any game like this, but now this makes Frostborn the most advanced in inventory housing, like the way we work our housing, which up until this point, I would say that DOZ probably won the ranking on that in all the survival games. Actually, maybe Mutiny Survival or Westland, those also had some really good systems. So I forgot about those. Those probably between DOZ and some of the Helio games, those had, but this, in my opinion, makes Frostborn surpass all of them. To just be able to pull from anything to go into a smelter, to be able to craft, you no longer have to worry. So does that work when you fill the cart? Okay, so if we're filling the cart for a district,
Yeah.
it works. Oh my god.
It shows only the items you need. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it just shows you the items you need. It's all stacked right there for you. Holy crap, guys, this is such a huge change. I wouldn't, this isn't even what the players have asked for. This is well beyond anything that we've asked for or even have dreamed of. I cannot believe they were able to pull that together. Okay, so the raid started, and here we go. So there is no way to create peace anymore, but we are now, you know, it's clear that it's just one family versus one family. You can see that the, you know, levels of our families are relatively, you know, it's a 3-person team versus a 3-person team. They've really created a lot more. It's just going to be a lot more balance for us. This is a really good change. There's going to be a lot less bullying in the game. They also made the change that you can see, even if, so like I'm only on Act 5 on this account, I can click on here and I can scroll all the way down and see the rewards of Act 6, Act 7, Act 8, and Act 9. So you can see all of the rewards of every act in the game, what the, you know, the top layers is going to be for, you know, anyone, and then the bottom layer is going to be for premium. So that is something that is really helpful to be able to see in the future, because, you know, these are locked and we weren't able to see what we were going to get, but now we can click here and see what is available to us and what we can be expecting in the future. You can see at the top of your inventory, it shows your gold, it shows your silver, it shows your influence points, it shows your marks. I obviously have a lot more than I normally have because I'm in the beta testing, but you can see here that everything is available for you to see, which is really, this is really helpful. A lot of times when you're building your district or different things, you don't know what all you have. And so it's kind of nice that now every time you go in your inventory, you're going to be reminded of how much of that resource you have, being able to make a plan. Hey, I'm running low on silver, or I'm running low on influence points, and start, you know, treating your tournaments differently, stuff like that. So this is a really good change as well. They fixed, do y'all know what they mean by they fixed a bug in the incorrect work of bolas?
Yeah, so when you're running away from the enemy, throws the bola and he like miss you. Like, he doesn't hit you.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
because you dodge it.
Like anymore.
You can't dodge it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay, so I do know what they're talking about here. So basically, what Rebro was just talking about is that if you run fast enough, you can avoid bolas. It's very hard to do, but some of the easier ones are like the Frost Bolt for the Ice Mage. A lot of times it's really easy to dodge that one, even though it's not a skill shot. The other person just clicks go, but if you're running fast enough in the right direction, you're going to end up dodging it, and then you won't get slowed. So apparently they fixed that to where it's going to always hit your enemy now. They made a change where that builder button you can see over there on the far right side of the screen, that is no longer works in the start of the game until you receive a task to then start building walls. So this is helpful to keep people from accidentally start doing something and then they need to do it again because of the achievements, which is again very helpful, because a lot of times you end up having to do tasks multiple times. If you don't really know what you're doing, it just makes it a little bit easier. It's a good little change. Silver is now added directly to your account. It used to be where you'd buy silver and then it would just go to your inbox and then you'd pull it out of your inbox. Now it just goes straight into your account. They added some animations and more informative notifications. So, you know, I think this might be talking about like the smelter, how like when you put in ore now, it tells you, hey, you need fuel. I think they added more stuff like that.
When a family member sends a message, you can like hear a ping. You hear like a notification sound every time somebody sends a message.
Real quick, y'all chat real quick in the family chat. Y'all hear that? That is the new note. That just kind of lets you know, oh, someone's talking. Okay, that's getting annoying. It's cool until it's not, and then it's annoying. Okay, but that's probably be helpful to know. Oh, you know, if you're playing and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, my people are trying to talk to me. Oh, that little wave animation.
Yeah, so it's easier to spot it if you don't use sound. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so it doesn't just change the number. It used to just change the number, but now it kind of lights up and each time. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. That's a cool change. That's a subtle change. That's cool that you're good at catching those subtle changes. That's good. Another really good change, honestly, I really like this one. They added a profanity filter to the chat. I hope it's not like a really bad one that ends up cutting out things that aren't profanity, but it is nice that they added a profanity filter, because as something, it's good because people can really be, people can be trolls, people can be jerks, and so it's nice to have something in there. That's gonna be nice.
You can say kill.
Oh, you can't say kill. Interesting.
Yeah, kill killers and stuff like
Or
that.
murder. Or
Murder
damn.
as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one because I don't consider that profanity, but oh well, we'll figure it out. So, they made a bunch of server-side optimization. In fact, we're testing on this server right now, and they purposely made this server have high ping so that we can test to make sure that there's no bugs when those of you who have bad internet, or those of you that are maybe, you don't have good internet for that moment, you might have it later. A lot of the bugs happen with bad internet, so the devs, I think, really brilliantly decided, hey, we're just going to make it to where all the testers, we're going to force y'all to have bad internet. So my really good internet connection is feeling like crap right now because the devs have kind of forced that upon us, and it allows us to be able to catch more things and help you guys that maybe don't have as good of an internet situation. So, okay, this zone, they added a bunch of sound improvements. They added a bunch of localization fixes. They just added a lot of visual stuff. You can see here, we're going to go back into the Helheim Rifts. You can see that this zone is just really fantastically done. So we're going to go in with friends. There's TK1. And I'm gonna switch over to Pathfinder so we can all just do a little bit more damage. Okay, so what you're really looking for when you're looking for this extra ore is it's easier to spot the mountain around it rather than the actual ore itself. Okay, so you can see here that you can see the ore, which is definitely cool looking, but even more than seeing the ore, you can see the mountain around it. It's got that like, it looks like a little wall or something on the mini map. That is going to really help you. Okay, so another thing, obviously, and this actually isn't necessarily a change. This has already been in the game, but you have being able to make an ingot, but obviously this was not in the game, so it is new. And one other thing that they made, that this goes to a lot of the little small tweaks that they made to make this game a little bit better, is it shows you now on here, on this recipe, how long each of these things are going to take to be able to, mine that resource. So, okay, so you can see here, all of these copper ingots, all the iron ingots, all of these things have been added to where you can see exactly how much. And so if you guys watch, some of my videos on like charcoal or stuff like that, you're going to be able to calculate pretty well how much you're going to need for each one of these. And you don't even need this makes my job easier. I don't have to show you guys as much. I don't have to do as much work on showing you guys all of these things. You're going to be able to see all the numbers here. This is kind of cool. We get to see that an oak plank takes an hour. This is another thing that you get to see a little bit into the devs world. Obviously, they've already got things like how long the oak plank, even though oak is not in the game, you can see that they've already thought through how long it's going to take to be able to produce an oak plank. They already have some of this. My guess is that they have in their dev sides, they've already been playing with oak as devs. That could be wrong, but that's my theory on it. But this is really helpful to know. 4 minutes on the stone blocks. I don't know if I remembered that or not. You can see here, steel plates is an hour and a half. Just being able to see those numbers, it makes it to where you don't have to remember them as much, and that's just really helpful. As you, they did it to this too. Oh, look at this. So you get to see exactly how much for each potion in the game it takes. So this is a huge, each item in the game. We got weakening darts for 5 minutes, whereas throwing axes are 15. It's interesting that a throwing hammer is so much less than a throwing axe. So another just amazing change. All right, so here's a bunch of them. So we got 5 minutes for mushroom soup, primrose brew. You've got, there we go. So we've got all of these elements of like how much it takes to make charcoal. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys in tournament. You can see here that I've got 0 points for the tournament. We're gonna go into the purple zone. Hopefully we don't die. We're gonna see if we can't, you know, get a few tournament points here, because I want to show you guys how you can get a lot of tournament points from this zone. It is crazy how many tournament points you can get. $114. Okay, so these guys do not obviously give a lot of tournament points. Okay, so 320 points for that guy. That actually isn't that hard to kill that guy, but it definitely looks like it from this point of view. Let me kill a giant for you guys. So this is what happens when you hit the 15-minute mark. They just keep more and more keep spawning, and it's pretty much impossible. Okay, these wargs are super annoying. Giants give like almost 1,000 points, so that's why I wanted to show you killing a giant, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Not with all of these guys spawning in. I killed him! Boom! Alright, so 600 points. So I lied a little bit. I guess it wasn't. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. that was a mistake. Okay, so that is a good example of how impossible it is to live in that zone after the 15-minute mark. Obviously, this was just a little bit messed up because it wasn't supposed to be that way so early. It was supposed to be after 15 minutes that was supposed to happen. But you guys got a pretty good picture of what that zone is like. What kind of, you know, we're talking about 9 maple trees, about 7 copper deposits, and 2 of the, I keep mispronouncing it. What is it? How do you pronounce the ore?
I gotta search it up.
It's the Urichalcum. Urichalcum ore. Urichalcum ore. And so there's 2 deposits of that. Just like the enemies do more damage and durability than normal, mining that Urichalcum ore requires a lot more durability per hit. So even though it only takes 8 hits, which is, thank goodness that it doesn't take the 32 hits or whatever it would have been to hit it, it does it uses about an entire strong pickaxe per ore. So you want to make sure you're bringing, if you're just going for the Urichalcum, you need at least 2 strong pickaxes, 1 for each ore. And then if you're going to be there and you're going to dominate the PvP zone, then you might as well bring another strong pickaxe or maybe 2, and then 2 strong hatchets to cut down all of the maple and cut down all of the copper, or kill the people that do cut it down so that you can get that. So it's definitely going to be a bloodbath, but that is what we've been asking for. Somewhere where you can know, I'm going to go here and there's going to be some awesome PvP with some really good loot. And so this is a game changer, guys. There are so many good changes. I can't emphasize enough how many of these changes are things that players have been asking for. We've been asking for the PvP zone. We've been asking for better durability. We've been asking for the ability to craft things using the stuff in the boxes of our base. They went over the top on that to allow us to now put things in our workbenches using the materials in our boxes. this is just a fantastic. This is one of the best updates I've ever seen, and they added the level 3 backpack. Is now there's a free-to-play way to do it. They've pretty much made Frostborn. I think Frostborn was already the best survival game out there, but now I just can't imagine anyone being able to question that anymore. They have now topped the top, and so I just think great job, devs. I'm so impressed. This was totally worth coming back from my vacation to cover this update. And now I'm going to go back to my vacation, spend some more time with family, and then by the time this update comes out, I'll probably be recording a bunch of videos for you guys. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.